Good morning, and thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to speak a little bit about the Department of Energy request for information on the establishment of nuclear lifestyle innovation campuses. And I want to start by saying I am not anti-nuclear. I support Trump's energy dominance, innovation, and high-paying jobs platform. And I believe nuclear does play a role in our nation's future. However, I believe that this RFI potentially misleads the public because what's being discussed in there and by endorsing it is not just reactors or manufacturing. The DOE's own document says that these campuses are meant to, and this is direct quote, support the entire nuclear value chain, including reprocessing used nuclear fuel and the disposition of waste. It further says resulting high-level waste would be treated, stored, and disposed of. And the federal government is directly asking states, how would your state implement interim storage and deep geologic disposal, including boreholes? And we got to be honest about what that means. This letter, doing a letter of support for this, endorses the fact that waste isn't excluded. It's not a footnote. It's not a nice to have in this RFI. It's central. It's the focal point. Yet the community has been told ad nauseum by our electeds at multiple levels that we would not become a nuclear waste repository for the nation. So my question is, which is it? Because right now it's looking like one thing's being told to the public, but then we have documents like these that are potentially being endorsed that say another. You know, this RFI is talking about risk sharing, financial assurances, and long-term waste management responsibilities. All of those caveats, those provisos, they raise a fundamental question, you know, are the taxpayers and ratepayers going to be left holding the bag decades from now? This RFI acknowledges massive energy demand, 100 to 300 megawatts per enrichment plant. Now, at its face value, that might sound good to some people. But I want to say, each of you up there, and many in this room, are registered Republicans, and we are not the party of Keynesian economics. We are the party of supply-side economics. We do not influence demand artificially. That's not our deal. And the result of doing so raises even more questions. Who would pay for the transmission upgrades, the grid expansion, the backup capacity? Is it going to be the ratepayers? So my question to all of you, and a question that we should all be asking ourselves, is are we being considered for nuclear waste processing and disposal? And I think it would be helpful to the public for each member of this body to give just a simple yes or no answer. It's not the kind of question that requires multi-sentences, dodging, reflecting. Yes or no, would you be open to considering this community for nuclear waste disposal? Mr. Chairman, if you guys want to support this RFI, own it. Make the case to us and be transparent in the process. But don't tell the people of the county one thing and then take actions or support something that alludes to another, because that's how a scandal starts. And I'm going to say this plainly. Without the proper guardrails, this could quickly spiral into a nuke gate kind of scandal, given the comments that have been previously made to avoid communities like ours from becoming nuclear repositories. And this isn't because nuclear itself is inherently bad. There just needs to be transparency and more public involvement throughout this process. Thank you.
Thank you.